The best way you can support me is with a simple subscribe. Subscribe to my channel for more content like this. All right, so we all know Yo Gotti did a Breakfast Club interview. If you don't know, you know now. I've already said this in another video. He talked about young Dolph for at least 15 to 20 minutes. I counted about 21 minutes. And very insightful interview. I advise you watch it if you're a fan of Memphis music or down south music. You're a fan of young Dolph, Yo Gotti. It wasn't a diss interview. I thought it was just some very real conversation. One thing that came out of it was Yo Gotti read his last text message that he sent young Dolph. It was back August 24th, 2012. You see the date. And this is what he said to young Dolph. Because Gotti said, I still try to figure out from time to time, where does all this come from? Is it marketing? He said that he brought that up in an interview. Like, it's just stuff that I wouldn't do. And he also advised, you know, Dolph, he's like, I don't have any ill will towards him. I hope he be safe out here. You know what I mean? He's just saying, like, that's not, he pretty much was saying, like, if that were me to sell albums, because they asked him about the fact that when this Charlotte shooting happened, Dolph put out a project. After he did get shot, this time, as soon as he got out, he put out a project. And Gotti alluded to the fact that, could it be marketing? He's like, I just can't figure it out. Because it doesn't seem like this is going for the king of Memphis throne anymore. This just seems different. This is what he said. He said, I told Dolph, I texted him this. Charlamagne read, he said, that's how you got to approach this shit, homie. You got to stay down and make the right decisions, and you can win big, my nigga. You in a good space in Memphis. But you got to take that shit from there to the world, and from there it's going to turn into money. I like your grind, my nigga. When I was in your position, none of the niggas that could have helped me did. Our city fucked up, homie. And I'm trying to stop letting history repeat itself and show niggas we can get money together, and everybody, we can be on some boss shit, all right? Because I got to make sure no matter what happened, homie, I did my part to help anybody. I thought you could really go the distance, I think is what he said. And you one of them niggas, homie. And even better, you got your own movement, your vision. You just need a real support system. Not any support system, but one that understands what you is and where you're trying to go and how to reach the people you need to reach. All right. So again, a couple mixed words in there, but I kind of cleared it up as best I could. That was Gotti's last text message to young Dolph over 5 years ago. And he was like, look, me and Dolph have never had an argument with each other, never touched each other. He's like, I kind of don't get this. Now, behind the scenes, Dolph has always said, Gotti's hating on him. I don't know that. I don't know what this is about. But I will say this, man. I know my videos reach a lot of people. People ask me, why do you consistently do stories like this? Because what our culture gets off on, and I don't want to get preachy here. Y'all got the message. If y'all want to leave the video, leave it. But right now, it's some game from TALIAFERRO. What I see in our culture is we don't get off on positive energy. So I studied this stuff. Literally, I was at ESPN. I was studying what gets the most clicks. My own stuff. I was studying what gets the most clicks. Beef and hatred is what sells. So I still continue to talk about these stories because they're going to do views, but not because I'm putting more negative energy in the atmosphere. I always spin this into a positive light. That's always what I'm trying to do on everything I talk about. I talk about a lot of negative shit. You go through my videos, you'll probably see so-and-so this, so-and-so this, that. On probably 65-70% of the videos. But when you watch the videos, don't consider me a headline nigga. You gotta watch my content. If you really listen to what I'm saying, I'm not promoting beef at all. I'm actually doing the opposite, right? We might joke about some stuff from time to time, but I don't think there's anything funny about a man getting shot and almost dying. I don't care where he got hit at. I don't think there's funny. And I'm gonna tell you something further than that. I don't see anything funny about two artists in my city that I'm from. The biggest rappers, to me, with Yo Gotti being number one and Dolph being number two, to me, again, Juicy counts, but Juicy's not in the city like that right now, I don't believe. The biggest rappers with the pull and the platforms to put multiple rappers on. Do you hear what I'm saying? So let's talk about it. If Yo Gotti or Dolph get popped and they're not here anymore, and God forbid this ever happen, think about what we're losing. You're losing the two people. There is no gain by taking them off this earth. And that goes for anybody in that situation. And I'm 23. I shouldn't be talking to 35, 40-year-old niggas. What is the gain? You didn't like that person? And this could go for your situation. You didn't like that person? You didn't like them enough. You had to take away something that you didn't do. You didn't put that person on this earth. You're not trying to take that away from what somebody else created. What is the gain from that? It's a cycle. I promise you, this is a cycle. Yo Gotti puts on Moneybagg and Youngsta. Let's say he doesn't put on any more artists. Moneybagg and Youngsta, I've explained this before. Now Youngsta can go sign artists. He got the youngin that he signed. And look at Moneybagg. He can go put his young team on. We keep this cycle going. That's why when you hear the Jays and the Rock Nations, that's why their brands are so powerful. Pretty much every artist is tied to Jay-Z in the last 20, 25 years some kind of way. Pretty much every artist that has a record. Go look at it. Go do the family tree. Because Jay, he helped carry Kanye's legacy and stamp him. Ye's created good music, which has stamped a lot of artists. The Big Sean, the Titties, 2 Chainz. Come on now, the list can go on. And some of these artists had their own thing moving. But there's nothing is wrong with getting help. I promise you, if Charlemagne calls me tomorrow, I know you got a lot of producing going on. If Terrence J or Steve Harvey calls me tomorrow, I'm going to listen. Do I want to be better than them one day as a reporter and a journalist? Yes. But I will take phone calls from them because they're the ones in the positions. We don't win when we kill each other. Yo, how many times do somebody have to say this? We don't win like that. And that go for Gotti and Dolph. I'm not trying to pick sides or nothing. Yo, we don't win like this. So if it's rap and y'all want to beat for the King of Memphis spot, if that's what it is, I'm fine with that. Put it in the music. I don't think it got to get personal. Take his shots. We good. Nobody got to get hurt over that. Nobody got to get hurt over that. That's rap. I get it. Rap's a sport. It's comeback. I get it. But all this other shit, yo, it just doesn't make a lot of sense. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Not at all. And we don't win like that. And look at Dolph. Look at what he has going. Key Glock. This is the artist that everybody's telling me about. He's like a replica of Dolph from that arrogance with the money. And I like it. I like all that. Sometimes I want to hear people talk that stuff. I like that. Look at what he's doing with Paper Route. Now, Dolph's more or less building artist from the ground up. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. He's building artists. Gotti's more or less when you get to a certain position, I got a movement that can help you. Dolph's building artists. I love what he's doing with Key Glock and Jay Fizzle. I like both of those. I like that. Now Fizzle and Key Glock. Yo, we can keep this cycle going with positive energy. In rap. Rap's such a young sport. I don't think we understand how young rap is and how all this is new to us. We're creating people who are getting generational wealth. And I'm siding with that over anything else. Stop the bullshit. We can make some things happen here. In my heart of hearts, I don't know if it's too late for a phone call between them two. I don't know. That's not for me to judge. That's not for me to even get my input on. I have no idea if it's too late for a conversation. I just don't know. But I would hope that these two can put their differences to the side. I don't know if it's too late for that. I don't know. But I will say this. The fact that Gotti went in his phone and read a text message, to me, says a lot about this situation. It says a lot about what he thinks about the brother. 5 years ago, the text message, that was what he thought about him. He's like, I never got a response. Never talked to the brother again. That tells me something. And I'm good at reading people, y'all. When I read Gotti, I don't know what has happened behind the scenes, but when he's on interview, unless that brother's faking, which I don't know, I doubt though, unless he's faking, I sense a brother who's like, yo, I'm in a bad situation right now. This is bad for my business. This is bad for brands. I'm in a bad situation and I don't know how the hell I got here. I'm in a bad situation and how did it even get to this point? And if I'm Gotti, if I'm thinking like Gotti, maybe a phone call should have took place. And I'm not saying it did. I don't know. Maybe some OG maybe should have stepped up and said, yo, y'all need to, we can chill this out, like, yo, before it gets anywhere. And I'm not saying anybody did anything to anybody. We don't know. We don't know. But the one thing we can say for a fact, this is going entirely too far. This is going entirely too far. And I just hope in my heart of hearts that these two brothers can get on the same page. I just think it'd be powerful for the city. If we can finally end beef that of this magnitude, I think it'll be powerful for the city. Nobody needs to die. Nobody. Mr. Taliaferro TV. You might see a little of this content on another video. So I might do another video and I might start out with something else, then leading. I thought I gave y'all about 5, 6, 7 minutes of some good shit. So I might put this on another video. We'll see. Talk to me in the comment box below about everything I said. Yo, you critique me, do what you got to do. Get off what you got to get off. Subscribe to my channel. Again, more exclusive content like this. This is what I'm about. I'm going to take the negative of hip-hop. You got my word for it. I'm going to take the negative in hip-hop, and we're going to flip this and bring positive messages and stuff like that. I don't want you looking at my videos thinking, dang, I can't wait to see what happened next in this beef. Nah, I want you to look at this and be like, yo, these niggas need to cut this out. Because honestly, a lot of this stuff is similar to what happened with Tupac and Biggie. Talk about it in another video. I'm out. What's going on is yours truly, Mr. Taliaferro. And if you enjoyed this latest video, whether it's sports, hip-hop, or other culture-related activities, please subscribe to my channel right now. And if you want more from Taliaferro, you can always subscribe to the React channel for more of your latest reactions and music and sports highlights.